Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've been following me, you know that I got an order of orchids maybe like 2 weeks ago from Ecuagenera, and today I just wanted to go show you how things are settling in. But first, a moment of silence for this sad Pleurothallus barbulata. Yeah, I mean, it kind of just like died overnight, so it might have just been a bad import. Happens. You know, these plants are coming from far away, and they're already, like, a lot of them are already extremely sensitive plants. So one loss out of, you know, however many plants I have here, not too wigged out about that. But yeah, sad. Anyways, let's move on to the good. So this here is Sophronites coccinea, or now known as Cattleya coccinea. And I have this way up on my shelf in the bright light, so you can see there's kind of a reddish tinge now coming onto the leaves. That's good. I like to see that blush. And the leaves aren't burning, so it's not too bright. It's only been 2 weeks, so I'm not necessarily seeing too much new growth, but you can see there's a little nub where my index finger is pointing right there. That's kind of the start of a new root, and so really happy to see that. Means this plant is settling in pretty well. I bought a ton of Restrepias, or Restrepias, depending on where you're from, in this order, and that's all of these guys here. So I'm going to quickly talk about what's going on. So these two over here, these larger ones, the moment I, maybe like 2 days into having them where I put them, they started blushing like crazy, their leaves. And so that was a little concerning to me. The blushing red sometimes is an indication that they're getting a lot of light, maybe too much light, and so I didn't want to burn these guys, so I moved these two into a little shadier spot, and then these leaves are now turning more green after moving them. But all in all, they're still alive. You know, they haven't lost a ton of leaves, but being only 2 weeks in, I'm not really seeing too much new growth yet. I was kind of expecting to see maybe some roots forming, but maybe it's in the pot and I don't see it. But the plants haven't shriveled up or lost a ton of leaves, so I think I should be okay in this department. But yeah, these leaves are kind of pretty. Next, we have the rest of the Restrepias. Again, like, it's only been 2 weeks, so it's not surprising that there's not too much growth. What I'm happy about is that they're not, like, completely leafless. They have been losing a couple leaves here and there, but overall there's still quite a few leaves, and they went from being floppy and shriveled to quite turgid, and so that suggests to me that they are somehow uptaking water, whether or not they have viable roots. But I'm looking forward to seeing them recover. And I've also just been like picking away leaves that look like they're dying. So like just now, I just saw this one into the trash. But yeah, these guys are still alive, settling in, and you can't see any new roots in there, but I mean, they're not rotted, so that's good. Sorry, my allergies are really bad today. This guy here is like really floppy, because it came with so many leaves. But you can see these leaves are super shriveled when I first got it, and now they're like a little less shriveled, which again suggests to me that they might be taking up water, which is good. Plants need water to grow. But anyways, those are the Restrepias. Really happy with what's happening there. Next up, I'll go talk about this guy here. This is Dendrobium Cuthbertsonii white. So I definitely put this thing in a much brighter area than it was growing before. When I first received it, it was like really dark green, and now it's like kind of a lighter green. Am I worried about that? I was a little bit, so I moved it into a slightly shadier spot. However, it is growing new growths. You see right there, there's a little like nub. That is a new growth. And I did see, probably won't be able to pick it up with the camera, but this one actually is growing some new roots. So settling in really well. And this flower that it came in bloom with is still open. A little wonky shaped, not exactly a great shape to the flower, but I mean, it's very pretty and it's still alive. So I won't complain too much about that. This one got squished. This bud got squished in shipping, but I mean, it's still on the plant and it's turning whiter, so I think it might open with like a deformed flower, but yeah, can't complain. This guy's doing well. I look forward to when my other Dendrobium Cuthbertsonii is bloom. I can make some interesting crosses depending on what color they come out. Okay, the one Lepanthes I got, Lepanthes Menatoi, actually didn't get a tag with this one. And also, I was not expecting it to be this big. And so that's why it's in a pot and not a mount, like all of my other Lepanthes. But yeah, this guy, I lost one leaf, but you know, all the rest of these leaves are in tip-top shape. They, again, like everything else, were sad and floppy and shriveled and dried when they first came, but now they're like pretty turgid. And I mean, this inflorescence has some buds developing, so maybe we'll see some flowers in the near future. Looks like this bud might be still attached. I thought it might have dried off, but yeah, it might open. And these roots here, these are like really thick roots. I was not expecting that, but they're still hard, which means they're still alive, not rotten and smushy. So that's good news as well. So yeah, that's my one potted Lepanthes. So here is the last one. This is Pleurophthalus inornata. And so, I mean, expected are these, like, you know, a couple leaves that might have gotten damaged in shipping to fall off. So I've been plucking maybe like one every 3 or 4 days. However, everything else is settling in quite well. I noticed some new growth yesterday. Let's see if I can find it. Ah, okay. Right there, there's like a little green nub. That's a new leaf. So, and then this green thing here is a root. So yeah, this thing's settling in really easily, or really well and easily, I guess. These things tend to explode once they settle and have good conditions. So, not worried about this one at all. Again, like the other things, the leaves are now nice and turgid. At least the ones that are alive. So not too worried about that. It actually also bloomed. It's got this cute little flower in there. It looks like a person with their hands up. That's why I purchased this one. I thought it was really cute. But yeah, everything's settling in well. That's kind of it for this video. Thanks for watching.